As a person that I have been always living with anxiety since I can remember, I can tell you living with chronic anxiety is not easy and can be very draining and very awful for your health. My brain just keeps switching between the past and the future without basically stopping in the present moment. I can tell you from experience that it's very exhausting and overwhelming to be living in the past or to be basically worried about the future the whole time. And we should also speak up and talk about how exhausting can be to live with chronic anxiety. Really, because living with anxiety can be something very limiting and definitely depletes your whole body. You just feel exhausted the whole time, mentally, basically, and then therefore your body also feels exhausted at some point. Since you wake up until you go to bed, you're just basically unable to live in the present moment. And you're basically just unable to enjoy the present moment, and you're missing out the possibility to enjoy with your family, to enjoy having a chat with a friend, to have fun while having a stroll in the city, while having an ice cream, while reading a book, whatever that makes you happy. You just can't focus on here and now, which brings even more frustration. What I have been implementing when I get into these loops of anxiety and fears, and my brain is just pulling me to the past the whole time or bringing me to the future, I just stop myself, which with my hands, basically, I just touch a part of my body and somehow it brings me back to the present moment. That has been something very helpful. The second is music. Listening to music has been always so helpful, especially music with a lot of rhythm and a very strong beat that really pulls me out of my own thoughts. The third has been breathwork slash yoga slash meditation, whatever form that might work for you, just use it. The fourth, if I have to add something else, would be journaling, to put all your thoughts on a paper and then have some distance from them really helps. But yeah, I can tell you this is not easy. And actually, over time, with age and with experience, this might develop into, sometimes it goes in waves where I feel more anxious. Sometimes I have periods where I feel less anxious. And therefore, I try to write everything down in my journal to see what's working, what's not working, and what's really triggers my anxiety. Trying to understand how my brain works, having ADHD and being a woman and the periods, the cycle, that's all the fluctuations that comes with the period is not easy for a woman to handle it sometimes. So yeah, it's a lot of work. I have to say, no one will come to you with a solution of how to deal or how to prevent having anxiety or how to make you feel better. I think it's something I have been trying for so long. And for example, something I have tried but really didn't work, it's meditation, very deep meditation. It's just something that doesn't work for me. I tried for a long period of time, but for me, as I said, tapping, music, sports, or breath work helps way more than going into these deep meditation modes for a long time.